showing half. Okay. All right, we're already on, though.
Yes, I know.
Okay. Well, Supermom, please say something because
Good afternoon.
good right now.
Welcome to our life. This is me and my husband, my honeypots.
Oh God.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. I'm okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Welcome to our life today. We especially appreciate you. Thank you for keeping time with us. And we apologize for last Sunday. We didn't make it. We're so sorry. For those of us who look forward to seeing us last Sunday and didn't see us, we're sorry. But we're here today. Just like it is with us, today we'll be talking, and we usually talk about couples, about every topic. It's not specifically for marriages. Anything about human life, that's what we talk about. But today we started with domestic violence, and we've said quite a lot about it. We've talked about so many things, but today particularly, we'll be talking about couple rebounding. Couple rebounding. And what do we mean by this? In the journey of marriage, because the marriage institution is a school, is a journey, okay? And in the journey of marriage, there comes a time when you discover that you really need to set yourself aside, you know. And I believe this decision is a decision that ought to be taken by every couple while you are cutting. Talk about it. Make up your mind. Decide, take decisions about it. That at certain time, you must go out. You must go out, whether you have children or not. Go out. Set a time for the two of you. That's what we mean by couple rebounding. Because in this journey of marriage, if you don't set a time where the two of you can be together, that marriage might fall apart. That's the truth. Because at the place of rebounding, what usually happens is you talk about a lot of things, you catch fun. It's a time when the two of you are together, you can talk about so many things and refocus yourself. Remember the days of your courtship, what you usually do together, and do it at that time. And so when you come back to your home, you know, there is this sparkle that follows it. That's actually what we mean by that. Thank you.
Couple rebounding. Well, that is exactly what we'll be looking at this afternoon. You know, in the African context, a lot of us don't really have time for hanging out. Mm-hmm. Now, I used to have this big dream. I don't know if one day I know that dream will come to pass. I had this big dream of a club, of a Christian couples club, where that was a big dream I had, where we can rebound, you know. It's funny to know that when you say such things like this, there are people who can quickly go and do it. So
you know,
let me just hang it there. It's a dream that I have, and I believe that couple rebound, you know, in the journey of marriage, a lot of things can actually deplete that excitement,
the love, the affection,
deplete that excitement, that union, that communication, that time for each other. The husband is looking for money, the wife is looking for money. You go to work, come back late, you know, there's no time to really sit together. And for a long time, if there is no time to actually rebound, the movement will be hampered. The movement could be besetted with a lot of things. You may not know there are certain seeds that have been sown somewhere that may result to a lot of disagreement, a little offenses here and there, because there's no time.
Yeah.
You don't have time to sit together. Now some will tell you, I'm taking care of the children. Yeah, the children are good, beautiful, because before the children came, you were here. You were here. So you were dating and you took yourself out. You had a lot of outing together, and these things kept that love building before you got married. And as soon as you got married, we dumped these things into the dustbin, and some women will say, well, I don't need such things. I have to take care of my children and that and that and that. And at the end of the day, you discover that weariness comes into that relationship, and it leads to a lot of lackadaisic life. That the husband doesn't even look at his wife anymore, because she's not looking like the wife he married, and those things happen. So I feel that it is necessary that once in a while you take yourself out, book an hotel, go there, stay there, gist, play, throw pillows at each other.
Exactly.
Talk about a lot of things, a lot of things, those dreams you had before you got married.
Exactly.
The exploits you wanted to do before you got married, when the children come, the school fees thing, you have to pay rent, pay school fees, pay that, food in the house. You are so distracted with all these things. But once in a while, the children are there. They can take care of themselves. Sometimes they can. Then you find out time to take yourself out. If you are blessed enough to have a car, drive out to the beach, drive out to recreational centers, places you can sit together, go to a cinema together, watch a film, buy popcorn, eat it together, gist, talk about a lot of things, leave the children out of it. I think that is what we want to look at today. And as we are watching, please, if you have suggestions, if you have a contribution as you are watching, please write something. We will take notes of it. God bless you.
Yes. Wow. God bless you. Thank you, sir. In talking about couples rebounding, you may not if you don't have a car, please don't let car stop you.
Yeah.
Just the two of you is a company, a very great company. Go somewhere. It could actually be just a day. You leave in the morning, you come back at night. Just a day. Go by the beach side, sit down, talk, laugh, gist, run around. Just the two of you. Just the two of you. It makes a lot of meaning. It rekindles the fire. Look into your eyes and tell your wife and your husband that you still assure the person of your love. Yes, assure the person of your love. It's very important. Women need this especially. The moment you stop telling a woman, I love you, I love you, I love you, trouble have started, by the nature of women, we are emotional. We are emotional beings.
Response to words. Yeah. Women respond to words. Yeah.
Yes. No matter how strong you think your wife is, no matter how cantankerous you think she is, the moment you start throwing words at her, good positive words, you will see her countenance begin to change. She'll become receptive to what you want, to what you're saying, and by the time she becomes receptive to you, begin to listen to you, begin to give you attention, then you can get her to do what you want her to do for you, or get her to be the kind of woman you want to be. Remember that my husband always says something. He says, every woman is a field. At the time you marry your wife, she's a plain field. Whatsoever you want to cultivate there, it's the man's sole responsibility to cultivate whatever he wants. So if you cultivate good words, she will respond in the positive. Yeah. And if you give her bad words, she will respond in the negative. I heard a man of God say that women are incubators. Whatsoever you give to a woman, that's what she gives to you. If you give her semen, she gives you a child. And if you give love, she gives you too much of it. If you give her a house, she'll give you a home. So that is not to say that the men folk don't have their needs. For a man, I'm sure that the man's own is respect. If you respect a man, in every man there is a king, and there is a lamb and there's a lion. There's a king in him. So if you turn the part that is a lamb, he becomes gentle to you. And if you touch his tail, the tail of a lion, he devours you. So he's a two-edged sword. So yes, it's a two-edged sword.
Well, I want to briefly agree with that, but you see, my focus as a person is actually to grow. No, there's a room to grow. We grow every day. Paul said when we were children, when I was a child, I reasoned, I did things, I reacted like a child. Now that we are growing mature, we believe that as you grow mature, there should be a level of maturity that displays in your actions and in your expression of your love towards your wife. God expects us to mature. And in doing that, you tend to perfection, because that is what it should be. Now, the only ways you get these things done is when you bond. You see, when I say rebound or rebound, it means continuous thing. You know, after a while, you can even see some couples who say, okay, let's go back and remarry. You buy where it better. Maybe at the time you got married, like one of my friends who used pounded yam as cake.
Fantastic.
After a while, when God has blessed them, he did about 7 steps cake.
Beautiful.
I say, I want to remarry you. Now it energizes, rekindle the fire of relationship. What we mean is rekindling. Try once in a while, rekindle the fire of a relationship. Leave sometimes your work. Take out time from chasing money. Take out time from looking at your children or taking care of your children. Take yourself out. Get a little cash. You may not have all the money in the world. It has nothing. It's not really had to do with what you are going to eat or all you are going to spend. Sometimes you can actually do sightseeing.
Yes.
Take your wife out to major places of sightseeing. Hold your hands, gist along the way. As you are doing that, there's this chemistry that rekindle within you.
That's true.
And by the time you are back home, you are refired. And when you are refired, you just discover you are refreshed and you begin to love them more. Now, most couples that have issues in their home need this concept. That you discover that you are like cat and rat in your house.
You're beginning to quarrel often.
Quarrel often. Once in a while.
It's time to set.
God is actually saying rebound.
Yes, rebound.
Rebound. Find time. Find those places you used to go that are interesting. Go back there. Remind yourself of how you meet. Like sometimes I will tell my wife, do you remember the day I spoke to you? It was in a beach. And you were sitting behind, just putting your body on an abandoned canoe. And we laugh over it. And the things I said to you, I said, I didn't come for boyfriend. I came to marry. And we all laugh over it. And sometimes if we want to renew it, we say these things to each other. I will remind her again, you remember when I spoke to you. We talked about it. Yeah. And at the end of the day, it looks like there's this renewal that takes place in our heart. Relationship is a heart-based, it's a soul-based and a heart-based thing.
Wow. Well, in talking about this time of rebounding, there are quite a lot of things we can do. We took time out to list the things that you can do to rebound. These things do not involve so much money. They don't, because in this country where we live now, I believe and I hope that people outside this country can watch. Even if you're outside this country and you're watching us, you don't have to break the bank to do some of these things. You don't have to break a bank.
Yeah,
one is, it says, take a walk in nature.
Yeah.
Take a walk in nature. Yes. Just take a walk, just the two of you. Hold your hands with a bottle of water. You walk, just tell yourself we are strolling. You walk, you gist, you fall on each other. You know, you crack yourselves up. You don't need to break the bank. In fact, at this point in time, if you have a car, you need to park it somewhere and take this walk. You know, when you take this walk, there are things it does to you. It heals the marriage. It's good for your body. You burn some calories. Okay, it's health-wise, it's fantastic. you will achieve 3 things by just taking a walk in nature. Only the cool breeze that will, that will come across the two of you is enough. It's just enough. You don't need to break the bank.
Yeah, you say, when we talk about nature, you're talking about the environment. If you don't have an environment that is cool, quiet, peaceful, you can take yourself to the beach where you see the wave of the sea, and you walk around the sea, hold your hands, drink a bottle of water, buy a biscuit and chew it together, and laugh, joke, fall inside the water, come back.
Exactly.
These things have a way of re-energizing that love that you have for each other. And it builds a lot of confidence and bonding within you. Sometimes when you probably come home and your children are a little bit mature, they will say, there's something new about mommy and dad, let's learn to do all these things. Nature has a way of healing us.
Yes.
Of healing us. If there are mountains like sceneries around you, beautiful sceneries, you can climb to a mountain if there's a mountain around you. You just sit down there, look at the stars, look at the forest, look at things, gist about them, talk about them. You can even start counting the stars together. So that you understand, it makes things really work.
Yes, it makes things really work. Praise God.
Hallelujah.
Go shopping, window shopping.
Yeah.
This one, I particularly like this. Window shopping. Just go shopping. The two of you are not buying anything. That's if you don't have money. If you don't have money, don't bother yourself. Don't buy anything. Just go window shopping. Go into a very big store, or take time from one store to another store. Just check out the things they have. What's the difference between this and this, between this shop and this shop, this shop and this mall and this mall? Just go window shopping. There are things you see there that were exciting. Oh, I used to like this thing. That's not to say you must buy. You must not buy. It could be a boutique. Just go there and look around. By the time you live there, you will see that your countenance is lifted. You might actually end up discussing the things you saw in those places where you went, and can actually help you to plan. Okay, let's plan. When we have money, we'll go back to this place. We would like to get this thing and this thing and this thing and this thing. But before then, please, let not your heart be troubled when it comes to money.
Well, money is good. But if God has not endowed you with it, what you do is to live within the confine or the content of what you have. Be contented with what you have. If you go out and you can afford to spend 3,000, 4,000, I know somebody will be laughing and say, I can spend 100,000. That is good. If you have 100,000 to spend on your wife, fantastic. But if you don't have it, you can buy ice cream and just walk around the shop, take a look at the things they have with the shop. I want that. I say, but you don't have money. You just joke over it. Before you know, you come back so refreshed and so energized.
Well, you can visit a zoo. Visit a zoo. Yes, a lot of us will say, we have zoos in Nigeria. Yes, we do. My sister and her family just visited a zoo. That was in January at Ibadan. And when they came back, her son kept describing the lion, which means there were a lot of animals. Go there, visit a zoo, go with the train. There's a train that flies in Lagos and Ibadan. Find a day where the train goes, that's convenient for you. It's not expensive, just go. It's a day thing, or you could get there, sleep in a hotel, just a night. The next day you walk around and still come back with a train. You don't spend so much money. Visit a zoo. Look at the animals, just walk around until you're tired. If in case you are tired, when you come out from the zoo, there are still beautiful places to visit in Ibadan. There are a lot of big shopping malls over there. Visit a zoo outside your state of residence or your city of residence. Just take a walk.
When we are talking about this thing, I think it is with me for you. I wish I can have all that time. I was telling my wife, I said, this thing we want to do, we have to start doing it. After we finish talking today, we have to start doing it too, because it is good.
You will start
It
first.
is good. She said I will start first. No worry, I will start first. When I come back on Wednesday, I will start.
Yes.
I will try and start first.
I
so
know
that
we used to go out a lot.
we used to go out a lot,
Not even
Sometimes,
to today.
yeah.
We just take a drive. We leave the
Sometimes we
children
just
Yes.
get into the car and
And
just
just
drive
take a
around,
drive, yes.
listen to music in the car,
Yes,
dance,
joke.
show.
Yes, we're not going anywhere.
No, at the end of the day, you
Yes.
come back home, you are refreshed,
Yes.
you know. So it's important. It's important. If you, wherever environment you live, there's something that is convenient there for you to do. There's something that is close to you. Some of you live in an island where you have some parks. Take a walk with your wife, sit on one of the seats in the park, and gist about your lives. Gist and gist and gist and gist. Talk about some things. By the time you are done, you will discover that you have solved the more bigger problems than before. That's a way of doing it. Now, going to zoo, beautiful. Going to places like big supermarket, beautiful. Just take yourself out. Take yourself out. When you are going out, you get there. Buy. If it says drink, you can afford. Buy for yourself. Buy for your wife. And as you are drinking it, you can exchange the drink. You know, drink from here and there. You just make yourself comfortable.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, you come back home refreshed.
Yes. Another thing we can do is have a spa night at home.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Just the two of you.
Wow.
We are taking a bath together today. And that bath is not 30 minutes bath.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow, that is interesting.
Yes.
I remember a few days ago, I was around my bedroom and my wife said, come inside. I came in and she poured me water. I said, put your clothes and we are going to bath. And my daughter was there, Abemuna, let me come up for this bedroom first. So it makes it interesting, you know. You may not live in a big house, but your bedroom may be small, but you can still squeeze yourself inside.
Yeah.
Pour water on yourself as you are shouting, you are screaming and playing and laughing and singing. By the time you are done with the bathing, something has happened somewhere.
Yes.
There's a connection, there's a chemistry that have happened somewhere. These are things that are very necessary.
Okay. Another thing that we can do is, I was telling my husband recently, I said I want to register in a dance class. Yes. Register in a dance class, and the two of you register in that dance class. And so every Saturday or Sunday, maybe after church, you go out to a dance class, just the two of you, to learn to dance.
Wow.
Yes.
That will be very interesting. I hope you guys are learning. Those who are watching us, I hope you are learning. Because me, I'm learning too, because we are in a class.
Yes.
We are in a class. Whatever we are teaching here today, we are actually teaching ourselves too. Marriage is sweet. Marriage can be very interesting. If we see, everything about life has a manual. Everything about life has a manual. God, who instituted marriage, has manual. What part of those things he instituted in those manuals? How we can take care of ourselves. Most times, in my house, I can just slot in a song. I will tell my wife, come on, let's dance. I will dance. After dancing, everybody will laugh. My children will be laughing. You know, we all dance. So it makes it interesting. You can get to a dance class. Go there, register there, and you dance together. You dance together. Those days, I used to go visit my younger brother. We go to what do you call this big supermarket? ShopRite. Now around that towards Sagotedo. We go there in the morning. We hold our head. Now we all jog. By the time we all jog 3 times around, we do some exercises. Somebody comes to massage us, and you see, I was enjoying those moments because they were moments of refreshing. Yes. And if a husband and wife does that every day, there is going to be less tendency for misunderstanding, for fights, and for all these things. By the time you come back from the jogging or the dancing, you are tired, you get into your bedroom, shower together, come to the table, just take some snacks and laugh. Then get yourself watching some funny TV programs and you enjoy yourself. Make marriage interesting for yourself.
Make marriage interesting. Go out for a movie together. Go out for a movie. You know, and just, not just because you cannot watch that movie in your house. No, but because you want to create your time.
The couple's
yes,
time.
the couple's time to bond together, time to, you know, to understand each other, time to just be together. You know, I remember those days when my husband used to still go to visit his brother at Ajah, you know, and they were going for exercise training in the mornings. You know what happened? I discovered that there was this bond that clicked between the two of them.
Yeah.
In fact, between the two families, yes, they were brothers, born of the same parents, but the bond that existed between them from that time, it has never been there from the beginning. You know, so if it could happen between brothers, I guarantee you it can happen between couples. And this is where a lot of us are missing. You know, we chase money and chase money thing, children. See, this is the picture of a lot of marriages. Before they marry, they are like this.
Yeah.
You know, as the children comes, instead of putting the child here, they put the child in between them. The man holds the child from the other side, and the wife holds the child from the other side. There's a space. The second one comes, occupies, and the space, the gap is getting wider.
Is getting wider, yes.
Eventually, they begin to fall apart without even knowing it. The truth is, a lot of couples are living together today not because they are still emotionally
connected. They still
connected.
have fun. They still have marital fun. No, they don't. They just stay together. The wife says, I'm here because of the children.
Yes.
The man says, well, I'm not going anywhere.
Those children that you put in between you when they started coming. The proper thing is, as these children are coming, you still hold yourselves this way. You put them this way, put them that way, put them this way, put them that way. So that between you, not even a child can come between you. That's the proper way of couples bonding.
Oh, hallelujah. There's so much to talk about this. And I know that some of you watching and some of you that will watch later, you will have so much to contribute to this. You have so much to contribute to this. I want to believe that the favorite way to get things really working in our homes is when we rebound. That is one thing I learned from the white guys. They do it a lot. I used to pastor in the Gambia, and Gambia is a tourist country, and we were able to see. We met a lot of people from Holland, people from America, people from Britain, and we related with all these people. I remember a particular pastor. I can't remember his name now. He lodged in an hotel where one of the members of our church was the manager. And the lady said to me, I met this pastor in my hotel and I spoke to him about you and he wanted to have a meeting with you. So myself and my wife, we drove down to that hotel and we met this man of God. I'm trying to see if I can remember his name. Beautiful man of God and a little bit elderly, and his wife. And you see, we sat down and we were gisting. And he said to me, I do this quite often. I take my wife out of UK, we come to a country in Africa and we spend sometimes 2 weeks, 3 weeks together, no preaching, nothing. We just come here, we stay together, we gist, we swim, we're in our hotel room, we explore life, we do all this. I was even telling him, I said, come and preach for me next Sunday. And he said to me, no, I didn't come to preach. Yes. I came to have time with my wife. I came to bond with my wife. He told me that, look, if you don't do these things, you'll discover that is one of the reasons why you are having issues of divorce, issues of trouble. Because as he said, as I'm here, I'm enjoying my wife and my wife is enjoying me. The reason why he came to preach for me that day, because while we were talking, his wife was quiet and suddenly the wife said to her husband, he said, the Lord said you should preach for him. And as soon as he said, the Lord said you should preach for him, he said, okay, Pastor Ben, I'm coming to your church. And he came and he preached beautifully. But they still stayed for a long time. We would keep talking. They just enjoyed themselves. Yes. They enjoyed themselves. African people, we don't do these things. There are people save money for what do you call it? For holidays.
Yes. You are just coming to our next point.
Yeah, people save money. All right, let's go.
To be able to achieve some of these things we have discussed today, couples, if you truly planned it during your courtship, that you must set out time, even if it's once a year, twice a year, or every quarter, for the couple's time. You have to save towards it, no matter how small. If you are saving 1,000 or 2,000, depends on where you want to go, towards it, you will achieve it. Saving is very important to be able to achieve me time, so that even if it's a cinema hall, if you went to a cinema hall just to watch a film, you can buy a cup of popcorn and water, yes,
whatever,
and just have a good time there. Enjoy yourself, and not just going there and thinking, if we had money, we would have done this. If we had money, we would have done that. So saving towards this thing is very, very important. That's why we say you don't have to break the bank. For each journey can actually be 10,000 or less.
Yeah.
Can be 10,000 or less. But you achieve results. You achieve result. That result is bonding, creating me time. I watched there was something I watched a film, about a couple on, I think it was on Facebook, so I downloaded it and I sent to my husband, about a couple, the woman can sleep, while I was watching it in the bus, I was laughing, because I was hearing an earphone. Nobody knew why I was laughing, but it was interesting to me. As soon as I finished, I downloaded and I sent to my husband and said, enjoy yourself. Those are the things we are talking about. You can just go there and sleep. Don't mind if, just when no child is coming to knock at your door. Sleep. If you want to sleep naked, sleep naked. Throw your leg on top of his head if you want. When I came back, I remember telling my husband, I said, this night my leg will be on top of your head. That's what we are talking about. Just rebound and keep moving.
Just keep moving.
Yes, keep moving.
It helps to heal whatever wounds you have. It helps to heal whatever offenses, whatever pains you have. Like I've always said, as long as both of you are human beings, there's these small things that can actually happen. Offenses are sure. So, but what cures these things is this bounding, is this rebounding or rebounding, whatever way you want to call it. So you need to work out these things. Like we also realize that you can actually save. We should start practicing this culture. Couples, let's learn this culture. We labor a lot, we work a lot, and at the end of the day, you discover that everything you do tend to satisfy the needs of your children. The school fees, the house rent, the clothes they have to wear, and you end up not even doing anything for yourselves. So we have to learn how to set out a certain amount of money. You can start putting it in your bank. You can actually open a little bank account where you put so much of this money, and you plan for an outing. Plan for an outing. You can go to take a room in Sheraton if you can, and just spend your time. Go to the swimming pool, swim together, walk around the place, know what is going on. Many things. Make friends, and at the end of the day, you get into your room. No child is coming to knock. Daddy, I need biscuit. Daddy, I need money to buy water. Daddy, I need this one to do this. And at the end of the day, sometimes you can't do it in your house. You want to rest in your house before you know somebody is coming in to take a toothpick, and all these things distract you. So I just feel somehow that this is an important aspect of marriage that we should take a look at. Couples, if you are watching us, take notes of all these things. If you are going to watch hereafter, take notes of all these things. Begin to practice these things. Like for me, like I said, we teach to do and do to teach. So we are learning like you are also learning from us. And we are not perfect, but we are learning. Everybody has a big room for maturity, to mature, to grow. So these things are growing us. The words we hear has a way of growing our spirit, growing our minds, growing our mind. So let's grow our mind. Look, instead of having to spend 100,000 naira for a side chick, I beg of you, spend 100,000 naira on your wife.
Exactly.
Take her out. Some of you say, because my wife is not as fine as I used when I married her. Who said she cannot be fine? Take her to places. If she's fat, buy her drugs that will reduce her body and make her slimmer like you want. Take her to gym. Take her to what do you call it? All these waist loss coaches. And let her get to the shape you want. Buy her the clothes. If you are driving outside and you see a lady who wears one thing and the thing attracts you, as you are coming back, buy it for your wife. Yes. It is a bumper short. Buy the bumper short, my dear, so that your wife can wear it in the house. Instead of looking at a lady wearing a bumper short on the street and your head is making ganga, you can buy it for your wife. Spend that money on your wife. If you have it, except you don't have it. Even if you don't have it, there are small things you can do. When you go out, make this this relationship interesting. I know my wife likes biscuits. Sometimes when I'm coming, I get to a place, I buy one biscuit. We sit down together. Sometimes after the children have gone to bed, we bring the biscuit and we start cracking it. And we start drinking the small thing we have to drink. It makes it interesting, that juice. We just enjoy it. Yes. So I may not have millions of naira to spend, but anyhow, the little we have, let's spend it on our wives. Instead of going to spend it for a girl that would take that money and at the end of the day, how much, what will you gain? 5 minutes.
And walk away.
5 minutes thing you do and you go. Let's throw it away. It's not a good life. So work on your marriage.
Very important.
Still have more?
Work on your, I think that's all for now. It's very important to work on your marriage so that you can really enjoy your marriage. Marriage is to be enjoyed and not endured.
Yeah, that's sure.
It's to be enjoyed. Any marriage that is not being enjoyed is no longer a marriage.
Well, something that we used to do while we were in the Gambia together, I miss that country, really. Most times we just get into our car, we drive to the riverside. We drive, there's a village called Tangi. Yeah. We drive to Tangi, the riverside, where they bring these fishes. Sometimes we just go there, we buy this barracuda. This big fish, they call it barracuda. They will cut it into pieces for us. Sometimes we just come home, we boil it and make it into anything you want to. We sit down, we eat it, we joke, we laugh.
The whole meal is
beautiful
fish.
Meal is fish.
Yes.
You can get yourself. Now, if you want to go out, there are places in Lagos, houses in Lagos that are already equipped. You just pay a little token, stay for 1 day or stay for 2 days. Yeah. Spend your time together, watch films together, and at the end of the day, when you come back home, my dear, there will be that fire, fire. The love will rekindle. Yes. Love can actually diminish.
That's true.
Love diminishes, but we have the power to rebuild it, to rekindle it. When we can do all these small things as couple.
Yes. Well, I think we have done justice to this topic, and remember the wife of your youth. The wife of your youth. To make her happy.
Oh God, this is the wife of my youth.
To make him happy. So this is my husband. I vow to make him happy, and I'm making him happy. Are you happy?
I'm smiling now, of course. You get choice. You got to smile, man. Look, life is.
You have a choice.
Marriage is interesting. I'm joking with that. That was just a joke. Love can be rekindled.
Yes.
That is the essence of our talk today. Love can be rekindled.
Yes.
Relationship can be rekindled.
Can be rekindled.
That excitement that was there,
that made you want to live your life together forever.
You can rekindle.
Yes.
If the woman or the man is no longer looking like the man you married, find a way to help. If the woman is no longer looking like the woman you married, find a way to help. Instead of walking away and looking for somebody else, help. Provide some means of looking beautiful for her. Buy her the things that will make her look good. Don't go and dash those money to those street girls. Give it to her. Give it to her so that she can look good for you and be proud of your wife. And
for my sisters, please, I want to beg us. Please don't be over-religious. It won't help you in marriage. Over-religious. We are not asking you not to pray. But please don't be over-religious. I remember a story that Mommy Beneno told us in the Pastor's Wife Forum. Those days in the Communion Church, we used to have what we call the Pastor's Wife Forum. And she came up one day to say she was using it to advise us, the pastors' wives, and especially the upcoming ones. I just got married at that time. She told us the story of a woman who came to her office crying that her husband no longer comes home, her husband no longer does this, her husband no longer does that. And she said while she sat on her table listening to this woman, she was looking beyond the woman's complaints. And when the woman finished, she asked the woman, do you have a picture of you before you got married? She said yes. And she told the woman, say, go and bring your picture before you got married. And maybe one or 2 years after you got married. And they gave the woman an appointment. She came back on the appointment day with those pictures. She said when she looked at those pictures, it was different from the person she was looking at. The difference was too much. It wasn't just the age difference, but the physical differences were too much. She asked the woman, if this is the person this man married, and he's seen this person I'm seeing, there's no way he will be at home. And the woman was like, she managed to talk the woman out of religion. You know what I mean by religion? Tying your hair 247, Maria Maka 247 and all that. You don't know the time when you are with your husband. There's a way you should look when you are with your husband. And there's a way you should look when you're out there. Those things the man is looking for. Make it available for her. And she said she gave the woman money.